What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Just in case you haven't seen the community post update over on YouTube, I know not a lot of people bothered with that tab or those updates. Reading through it looks like a novel. I just want to say I'm aware of the audio issues plaguing the channel as of late, and I want to apologize for being so stubborn. Not some YouTuber. Look, guys, I know this has been going on for so long, but seriously, I ordered a new mic for $169 nice a bit ago, a Rode NT, and that turned into pre-orders, and it sold out everywhere to $270 all of a sudden, and I went, I see. So, you know, the world situation, everybody ordering mics, this makes sense. That site didn't update, and I dug my heels in the sand like, I can wait this out. I can wait for the mic. I've paid for it, but realistically, I should have just seen that as a L. I should have seen it as a backup mic, something I should have as a YouTuber, streamer, whatever you want to call me. I should have just accepted that and gone for another one. Then somebody else pointed out, well, it could be your cables, and at some point in a drunk stream, maybe I did roll over it with chair. So I'm ordering 2 cables first. Those should get in at the end of the week or early next week. If that works, great. If it doesn't work, I will immediately be ordering a new mic, paying the upcharge, because for content that's done in one take, while the research and the intuitive thoughts, that's what you all come here for more so, or just the prices, John, just the prices, get to the prices. Well, I should be presenting that in the highest quality possible to you guys. Thanks for all the kind words, people saying that it was funny, trying to guess what I would say during the longer freezes, but I definitely want to bring you guys the best quality possible, and I'm trying to get a quick fix to where this is done in 3 weeks. If it's not the microphone, then it's probably my tower, which is 4-ish years old and is getting up in there in age. It's past 4 years, and I am going to be looking for that, but not a computer market watch. Let's go ahead and get into the cards today, starting with, oh my gosh, $1,000, 4 digits, Dark Magician did it, Ghost from the Past is insane. Who could have seen this coming? I called this one. That was me. After we knew ratios, I said I could see Dark Magician pretty quickly after release heading up towards 1,000 and the lowest Ghost Rare heading towards 200. I called Dark Magician to be the highest because that's what sells. It really does. Why do you think Konami keeps slapping that on the freaking Megatons? But near mints are also pretty hard to find. A lot of people pulling the Dark Magician see that shrapnel looking back. Pretty disappointed. But the fronts are a lot cleaner than those Rage of Ra Ghost Rares of the Winged Dragon of Ra. And Firewall, oddly, is the lowest Ghost rather than, you know, the Crystal Wing, which does have upcoming help, perhaps, depending on the Wind Synchro Pack Ghost Rare and how it's going to go. But Firewall at around $200 flat. Why is this? Oh my gosh, it has an errata. It's an alternate art. Yes, an alternate art covered by a ghost-like mirror. But I digress. If it wasn't Ghost Rare, it would be worth less, right? Obviously. I think the Yu-Gi-Oh community as a whole is pretty on point to know that Konami will mass reprint the errata at some point. You won't have to always carry around the translation or be pulling it up on that Yu-Gi-Oh app. So for duels, you know that Konami's not just going to keep this a Ghost Rare and they'll plant it somewhere else to sell it. Now, with the Dark Magician though, DM era stuff, it's just obvious that people hype beast this to another level and that it was coming on some form. Would it cool down first and then spike, or just spike from the beginning? It did cool down for about, you know, 1 day, and then it did continue to just start to go stonks after that. Where will it go from here? It's not likely to go down so much because people aren't packing this as much as you would think. A lot of people sitting on it sealed. The major vendors not tearing it open like they usually would. They're selling it sealed as well. So it will be super interesting to watch where Dark Magician comes from here, especially the near mint ones, since so many pulled are not near mint. Now, in the super interesting conversation of the day, plant format. I know that Pack has been really enjoying it and showing things off with that, and when you have a following, you're truly enthusiastic about it, other people will follow suit sometimes, and I have tons of people going, do you think this is the next GOAT format? Should I get it now? What should I do? I do think with GOAT format, you had the perfect storm of a huge media company. ARG was the biggest in Yu-Gi-Oh! On Twitch at the time, and then you had pros backing it like Chris Perovic. You had this storm. Now, Pack is a huge name. You have pros like Jesse Cotton. You have other people really focusing it and loving this format and going for it. My roommates, of course, included Jackie and Billy. I think with plant format, you're seeing double down buyouts on stuff like Dandelion. This just got bought out, then got bought out again at ridiculous prices. The Breeze Dragon still falling out from its last buyout, if not double down buyout. And This one was funny. Glow up bulb got hit on the ban list. I made a joke on this, jokingly. I joked about, yeah, they missed the glow up bulb on Market Watch. I don't think I even pulled it up, and people ravaged it off the market to double in price post ban list when people were listing them lower for plant format. Tons of money is being pumped into this, and whenever you do have creators, let's not deny it, here on Market Watch, it's very obvious when you have thousands of people watching and it only takes, 50 people to clear something off of the market, that can be a direct impact. Still though, it's on the creator to be a little careful with that, and then it's still going to be people's decisions at the end of the day. But when people truly love something and they just want to show it off, this can be the end result, and I do think that plant format is going to get looked up a ton more. Now, in plant format, penny stonks brought up in my Discord, Spore it's gone up consistently over time to $3. While there's a ton of them out there, I do think this is the most drawn on card next to Colossal Fighter. I don't know why I said Colossus. Maybe I actually have Thunder on the brain finally after last Market Watch. But those two cards were drawn on so freaking much that there actually could be less of them on market. This was turned into all sorts of Pokeballs and into funny spherical things. But I do think a clean copy of Spore is something decent to have and something that could actually see its way back into a format someday. So my thoughts on plant format, I do think it will get continuing pushes. You'll see tournaments based around it and people looking this up again and again. It has the most traction out of all the other formats that just kind of fell off for people. Like, you have Dragon Ruler falling off over time, you have Necros falling off over time. People may enjoy to play them, but there's not a huge following. Plant is growing the biggest following, and a ton of money thereafter is being poured in. Nibiru got bought out Ultimate Rare at the $140 mark. There's a 169, nice 170, before it does quickly spike up to 190, and these are fresh listings. Earlier, it was a low of 190 as pointed out in the Discord, so people are motivated. They're like, yeah, that new price, I'll go ahead and take that. I was waiting for this. And you'll see that with a lot of OTS ultis, and I want to say be careful with which ultis you're going after, because here's our two WTF buyouts of the day. Mystical Fairy Alfuria, and this is the biggest brain theory I've ever seen. It was bought out before, it was starting to cool down, and in the first editions got rebought out to the point of $44. It reads, once per turn you can reveal a wind monster from your hand until your opponent's next end phase. Neither player can XE summon using monsters with a different level from the revealed monster as an XE's material. So you have upcoming wind support, but as my Discord pointed out, well, hey, they can't make Zeus if you reveal a certain monster. Dude, this is a Zeus blocker for wins. I see where somebody could take that. I don't think this will end up being one of the biggest cards. While it is a lingering effect, it is a funny effect. You have to still get this out on the field and work towards it, and level 3 doesn't match with the most things. You have an Advent Calendar super rare of this also. That's a pretty penny stock compared, and the unlimited secret rares mayhaps, which people seemingly have actually gone in on a little bit here. I don't know. I just don't see it necessarily taking over. Not everybody is going Zeus yet, right? And then Vanity's Fiend Ultimate Rare got bought out for its OTS version past the first edition SAMP Cyber Dark Impact, where you have those sealed products going up a ton. Not only the Unlimiteds got passed up on this, but the first editions did as well. You see the Unlims here start at 40, 50. First edition 62, 63, 63. The first ed is cheaper than the OTS one. Yeah, people tend to prefer the old style Ultimate Rares. Look at Duelist Pack Kaiba and those old school ones. So this is just a really weird one where maybe somebody forgot the original existed, or they really believe in Vanity's Fiend and went for this specific version because the overall buyout was cheaper. But it's so weird to see it spiked and forced up past the Cyber Dark Impact version. That's completely freaking ridiculous. And the amount of money they paid actually spiked the market price a bit as well. This is definitely a weird one past my expectations. But what do you guys think? Do you like how the new Ultimate looks more? You're not, in nostalgia pandering? I definitely think the old one is the better by freaking far. You actually go into the picture. Oh yeah, the art pops. Good for the art popping, but I love the Ultimate Rare foiling going into other places on the picture personally. Madolche Queen Tiramisu, I said I would never bet against Madolches being money, especially with new penny stonks being like the ultra upgrades to them. With Tiramisu, it's been bought out on pretty much every single version to ridiculous proportions. Once again, not just the ultimate rare, but the ultra, the common. Time to go diving through your bulk. And the gold rare is just insanely priced. So if you have these, I do think Konami's eyes will be on these with all the Madolche reprints they've done somewhat recently. I don't think they'll be putting it in another tournament pack, although it is conveniently missing a super rare downgrade from its original, but upgrade from the common they once made it. And we have seen them put the same card, like Drone Lockbird, into multiple OTS packs even. Artifact Lancia is way up in price for the secret rare overall. I was not watching this one, market price of 9. It just spiked past, and it makes a lot of sense. This is so freaking played. So it's Battles of Legend version, up there towards $9. You have nice versions like the gold rare recently printed that I think people will go after in playsets over time. Now you can double sleeve. You don't have to worry about the thickness so much. Just make sure it's not stackable in your deck. And then you have the Dude Ultra Rare before you are stuck with commons. I don't think the gold rare is the worst one to grab, but divisive rarities don't always do the best. I still think Maximum Gold overall is relatively well received, but it's not everybody's cup of tea, as it were. In the European versions, I definitely don't like the European Maximum Gold with all the freaking lines in it. Ghost Honest, and almost every version of Honest has been shooting up lately. Somebody pointed this out on the streams, and I think that we look at Duelist Saga, even a divisive rarity there also. It's still around $3, but running out of quantities, and I think this is literally just because Dark Honest, Dishonest, whatever his name's gonna be, that is coming out, and you have the parallel drawn versus Honest. Maybe people are hoping for a Starlight Rare 2 of it, but the OCG got that Starlight Rare, and we have not gotten the same +1 bonus pack Starlight Rare at all. So I think that actually blocks it from being that, unless Konami breaks that history, because we got Gaia as gold rare instead of Starlight Rare. Gaia the Dragon Champion, they got it Starlight, we did not. They got the Requiem as well as Armed Dragon level 10 Starlights, we got those as ultimate rares instead. So they actually keep giving us upgrades to the cards, but placing them elsewhere. I'm personally hoping for an ultimate rare Honest, but I think they might stick him in Maximum Gold too if we get that. We'll have to wait and see, but just be aware, a lot of Honest, weird rarities like Platinum Rare that shine on your face and let your opponent know you have it even without glasses and the right lighting it whenever you're in a convention center and it hits. Just like the Ghost Rare, well, those are getting bought out too. Hide your hand traps. Zombie World, somebody in the Discord noticed, is going up in price for the Dual Overload version, and the Legendary Collection 4, which was, you know, $20 before this other Ultra Rare upgrade happened. Well, I guess same print rarity. But this is actually going back up in price too. So if you're in the market for Hollow Zombie World at all, it's something to probably get sooner than later as quantities are disappearing. And finally, Speed Duels is a discussion. We got remote duels for Speed Duels with official support, and some of the sealed for that went freaking crazy and bought off the market. The last update was Battle City. They sure could use other updates to the format or new cards. I think the tournament packs got left out in the dust there, and what even happened with the support, Konami, hello? But a ton of older stuff, if you find it on shelves, you might actually be able to sell that for a little bit of a markup, especially looking through here. So sealed Speed Duel stuff may be worth a looky-loo, and especially nice hollow upgrade stuck within Speed Duels as well. That being said, thanks for watching today's Market Watch. What did you think of everything going on? It's blowing my mind how much money is getting churned into the market as tax returns hits. It's not just stimmies anymore, and you do have that natural heating up, things to do in the summers. When are we going to get events back in person? We're going to have to wait and see, but I know that huge poker events are actually going to be popping up soon. And if those are any precedent, depending on where they'll plop them, I think Konami's going to wait for everywhere to be okay to have events. That's kind of their policy in the past. But if poker is starting to do it, you bet Konami is going to kind of pay attention to what's going on with other major card tournaments and think about their options. When that'll be, your guess is as good as mine. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversations. And do know that I am going to be quick fixing, hopefully, the quality problems on the channel within a month's time. I will order a new PC if I freaking have to fix this, okay?